Hello everyone, welcome to another water review. This review is number 89 for Friday, March 27th, 2020. Hope you're all staying well during this global quarantine we seem to all be in. I hope you guys are washing your hands and sanitizing. I've got my little hand sanitizer thing within arm's reach at all times, so I hope you guys are staying healthy and well, and I'm gonna keep putting out water reviews and other reviews to keep you guys entertained during this time of self-isolation. So this week I'm reviewing an interesting product because it's finally a response to Pepsi's bubbly carbonated water product, and this is a response from Coca-Cola. And I think it goes without saying that Coca-Cola and Pepsi are two huge beverage and food companies out there that really compete directly with each other on almost every product each company makes. So Coke has Coca-Cola, Pepsi has Pepsi, Coca-Cola has Sprite, Pepsi has 7-Up, Coke has Dasani, and Pepsi has Aquafina. However, Pepsi has Bubly, and really Coke doesn't have anything that competes directly with Bubly and that kind of quirky, fun, carbonated flavored water with interesting flavors, bright, popping designs, and just a fun name like Bubly. However, they now do, and that's what I will be reviewing this week. This is Coke's new carbonated flavored water brand, AHA, which I believe is a direct competitor with Pepsi's Bubly. And this week I'm reviewing their watermelon and lime sparkling water in this 1 liter option here, although they do, again, to compete with Bubly, have little cans that you can buy in a bunch of different flavors, and they actually have some really interesting flavors that include caffeine as well. So they have a black coffee cherry flavor, and then they also have a flavor that has green tea in it that also has caffeine, so that's really interesting. Another flavor I'd like to try is their apple ginger flavor, which sounds really interesting as well. One way that I really don't see AHA competing with Bubly on is their advertising and online presence. It was really hard to find the website for AHA. I did end up stumbling across it while doing some research, but when I just typed in the brand itself, nothing came up. Also, there was a link to a Facebook page for the brand, but it only had like 78 followers, and I haven't really seen any advertising for this product either, which everyone knows about the Michael Bubly ads that were everywhere, went back when Bubly came out about a year ago now. So really, in terms of advertising, Coca-Cola hasn't been doing such a great job compared to Bubly when it first came out, but it's still early days, so we might see some new advertising and promotion from them in the future. But one way that I noticed that they were really showing off their product was in the stores with pallets of AHA products everywhere, replacing the pallets of Bubly that I used to see at Walmart and other grocery stores. So they really are competing with Bubly for floor space and shelf space in grocery stores. However, if you would like to learn more, I'll have a link to AHA's website in the description below, as well as a link to Coke's website if you'd like to see information about them. But I've done so many Coke products at this point, I'm not going through their company history and interestingness again. If you'd like to find out, I'll have it linked below. Interestingly though, one thing to note, I don't see any plant bottle labeling on here, which is a big thing that Coke is all about with their plant-based bottles that they're creating as sort of a CSR initiative, but no plant bottle logo on here, so that's kind of disappointing to see. I don't know if people know whether or not this is a plant bottle or not. That would be interesting. But speaking of the bottle design and materials, the materials of the bottle itself, they feel sturdy with the cap on just because of the carbonation kind of putting pressure on the plastic, so it does feel pretty sturdy when the lid's on. However, when you take the lid off, it does become quite squishy and a little crinkly, so overall the plastics for the bottle are kind of middle of the road. Not the worst, but also not super premium. The lid again is kind of middle of the road. The outside of the lid is rather harsh to the fingers, so it's not really a nice enjoyable way to take off the lid, but the top is made out of this nice soft clear kind of frosted plastic with the AHA logo on top. The label itself is made out of really nice high quality plastic. It's really nicely secured to the bottle as well, and it has this really bright, vibrant design like Bubly, but I find that this looks kind of cheap, to be honest. It looks kind of generic store brand, at least on the bottle version of AHA. The canned versions do look a little bit more premium, a little bit more interesting, but this kind of has a weird, kind of low quality, cheap look to it. Kind of retro as well, with this bright, blocky lime green color on the top and watermelon pink, deep pink color on the bottom. Some pictures of bubbles on the logo as well, and some pictures of fruit to indicate the flavor, and then just a simple fun AHA label on the front as well. They do mention that it's flavored with natural flavorings, so no real fruit flavorings here, and it's also unsweetened, which is excellent. On the side of the bottle, you have a nutrition facts table and a ingredients list. Kind of interesting, they mentioned that they have 5 milligrams of sodium per 375 mils. However, on the website, it says that there's no sodium. So I don't really know. Maybe it's so low that they don't really have to indicate it has sodium, but certainly says that there's sodium on the ingredients list. One thing that I would have liked to see is a mineral table, but maybe they don't have any added minerals to this or anything, so it still would have been nice to see either way. But that's really all for bottle design and materials. Now we'll move on to how does AHA watermelon lime sparkling water taste and smell. Really strong carbonation sound there. Wow, that is some serious carbonation. Listen to that. Appears that there's a good amount of carbonation. Let's see how it smells. I can really smell it even from here. Wow, that is a very strong fake watermelon smell. There's a underlying kind of kick of lime right when you smell, really gets up in your nose, but a really large wave of watermelon smell is the dominant smell, with kind of an underlying sourness from the lime. Now, in terms of taste, wow, again, really powerful taste. It's really a sensory overload, this AHA sparkling water. A really overwhelming wave of watermelon sweetness, and again, that kind of underlying kick of sourness from the lime. It does have kind of a chalky dryness to it, which might be from some minerals. It might be a harder water, but certainly it does kind of dry out your mouth a little bit. But again, just a really powerful fake flavor to it. A little bit too strong for my liking. I prefer milder fruit flavors and some that are kind of more true to life. This is a very fake tasting watermelon and lime flavoring. It really just tastes like kind of an unsweetened soda instead of bubbly, where it's more of a water with a fruity flavor to it. So it's not really a water you could sit back and relax and enjoy. It certainly grabs your attention when you're drinking it. It's not a passive drink, this certainly is. So now we'll move on to final scores. For company history and interestingness, Coca-Cola, I've talked about them all the time. They're pretty interesting history, good CSR initiatives, but I really found that the online presence and advertising for AHA was really lacking. They're a new brand, but come on, it's Coca-Cola. They should be able to have a website up and running that's a little bit better than what they have currently. Not a whole lot of information on the AHA website, so I'm giving them 1.5 out of 2.5 points for company history and interestingness. For bottle design and materials, the materials were pretty good all around. Not amazing, but certainly pretty good. The label is interesting, but a little cheap looking. It has a very eye-catching look to it, but the cans definitely look a lot better than the bottles do. And I would have liked to have seen a mineral table on the bottle as well. In terms of taste and nose, personally, I just find the taste and nose really too overpowering. I would like to try some of the other flavors that AHA has, so if you'd like to see a review of a bunch of different flavors of the canned variety of AHA, then please let me know. But this one is just way too overpowering for me, way too fake tasting. I would have preferred a flavoring that was a little bit more true to the flavor of a watermelon or a lime. And while the flavors are a little overpowering, the carbonation, I do prefer a stronger carbonation, so this is perfectly carbonated for me. So in terms of taste and nose, I'm giving them 2 out of 4 points. In terms of value, this 1 liter bottle cost $1.29 at my local grocery store, but I've seen it around $1.29 to $1.50 for the 1 liters. And then just like Bubly, it's about 50 cents per can, but you can buy it in 8 packs or 12 packs or whatever. So it comes out to about $4 for an 8 pack of it. Not a bad value, but not the most amazing value. Definitely not as good as some store brands, and I probably would choose store brand carbonated flavored water over this AHA product. So in terms of value, I'm giving them 0.75 out of 1 point. Tallying it all up, AHA gets 5.75 out of 10. Definitely not as good as Bubly, but I'll have to try some of their canned flavors to see if they're any better. But if you're going to choose between Coke and Pepsi in this case, I think Pepsi has won at this point with their Bubly offering. So I hope you all enjoyed my review of this AHA lime and watermelon sparkling water beverage from Coca-Cola. Please like and subscribe, comment down below which waters or foods you'd like me to review on this channel. Stay safe. I will see you all next week for another review. Thank you.